So what is prohibited upon a woman who is in her menses or in her postnatal bleeding state? Well, it is prohibited for a woman in her menses or in her postnatal bleeding state to do a number of things. The first thing is she is not allowed to pray. In the hadith of Mother Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, that we were ordered to make up for the days missed while fasting, and we were not ordered to make up for the days we missed for the days that we did not pray in. And also the hadith of Fatima bint Abi Hubaysh, the Prophet said, when you calculate that it's your menses time of the month, abandon salat. Number 2, fasting. So fasting is also prohibited when a woman is in her menses, but she's obliged to make up for the missed days of Ramadan once she is pure. The hadith of that supporting it, that the Prophet said, alayhi salam, isn't one of you females, when she has her menses, she does not fast and she does not pray? They said yes, and this is agreed upon. Thirdly, a woman in her menses or in the state of Nifas, postnatal bleeding, she's not allowed to perform tawaf around the Kaaba, because the Prophet said to Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, when she had her menses and they were on their pilgrimage, he said, do everything that a pilgrim does, but do not go around the Kaaba in tawaf. Fourthly, she's not allowed to touch the Mus'haf, the Quran, because the Prophet said the Quran is not to be touched by anyone who's not in the state of purity. But she may touch it when needed with a barrier, such as gloves or a piece of cloth. And it's worth noting that though she's in her state of menses or postnatal bleeding, she is allowed to recite and read the Quran without any problem. But touching it is what she's prohibited from doing. Number 5, a woman in her menses or in her postnatal bleeding state is prohibited from entering the masjid and staying in it, because the Prophet ﷺ once asked Mother Aisha to hand him something while he was in the masjid and she was in her home. So she said, O Prophet of Allah, I'm in my menses. And the Prophet said, I know that you're in menses. Your menses is not in your hand. Meaning when you reach out inside, this is permissible. You're not coming in. Your hand is not in the state of menses, your body is, which indicates that there's no problem in reaching out, but not in entering the masjid. Number 6, to be intimate with with women. And we mean by that to be or to have intercourse with your spouse while she's in the state of menses. Allah says in the Quran, so keep away from wives during menstruation and do not approach them until they are pure. And this refers only to intercourse, to be intimate, to caress, to hug, to enjoy oneself other than having intercourse is totally permissible and halal. Number 7, divorce. So when a woman is in her menses, it is prohibited to divorce her. What do you mean, Sheikh? I'm angry with my wife. I don't want to live with her anymore. It is mandatory upon you to wait until she's clean from her menses and she has her ghusl and ready. Then you can inflict divorce if you wish. Otherwise, you would be sinful, because Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Quran, O Prophet, when you, that is Muslims, divorce women, divorce them for the commencement of their waiting period, meaning that you have to allow them to begin their waiting period, which is after having her menses. And also in the hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with him and with his father, when he divorced his wife when she was in her menses, the Prophet said to Umar, tell him, that is, tell your son to take her back, then divorce her when she is in the state of purity, not menstruating, or when she is pregnant.